Now let's connect with Zoltan SIPOSHEGYI, a foreign affairs correspondent at Euronews Hungary, to hear more about the latest search and recovery efforts straight from the Danube River in Budapest. Zoltan, thank you for joining us.
Good evening again.
Hungarian authorities have said they discovered the bodies of two victims on Monday, both of them South Koreans. I believe you were at the presser when the police made the announcement. What else have you learned?
Actually, the biggest surprise was that they found the body more than 100 kilometers away from Budapest. So it means that they really need to search during the whole period of the Danube in Hungary and also the Serbian part. The mission has two opportunities. There was a press conference of the anti-terror center, and the leader of the organization told that they have two parallel programs and plans. The first is that they start to save the corpse underwater with the divers one by one and take it to the ground. The second is that they're going to lift the whole ship. But it's quite difficult because they really try to avoid to break apart of the body of the ship. And that's why the divers are searching now. You can see behind me this pontoon bridge. There is a scale. There they are going down into the water. So now they are searching for the strong points of the boat where they can grab it and lift it to the surface. But it's extremely difficult and it's extremely dangerous. For example, the divers can't see anything under the water. It's 12 degrees, so it's quite cold. And for example, in the first day, when they finally could leave the pontoon bridge and start to make the rescue close to the boat, one of the divers had an accident also. One of the holding rope just cracked in one of the bays. So it was quite dangerous. The other what is important, that for save the corpse one by one, they need to enter to the body of the boat, what is extremely dangerous. And that's why what they try to avoid to save the life of the divers also.
Now, this came after days of unfavorable river conditions that hampered rescue operations. How are the conditions now?
Okay, what we need to understand that the level of the water is a little bit more than 5 meters, but the boat is 9 meters under the surface. So it's really the deepest point of the river. We need cranes, kind of a crane boat. Also the leader, János Hajdu of the anti-terrorist organization, he mentioned that all the tools, all the equipments we have in this region. Also, we got help from Austria, from Czech Republic, from Norway. We got divers and sonars, but we are missing one really important thing. The crane, the boat crane of Adam Clark, what can lift 200 tons under the water. So it would be the only one solution, but because of the high tide, it can't cross under the bridges in Budapest. So we need to wait maybe days, maybe weeks. But still, they are working in different other plans also.
Zoltan, you've briefly mentioned this already, but we heard that South Korean and Hungarian authorities would determine whether to continue underwater searches on Tuesday or work towards salvaging the boat. Do you have any information about that, how they plan to do it, and a timeline, perhaps?
Actually, also, Haidu told that we can't say that we have a timeline, a strict timeline. Of course, the most important is now to do it as fast as we can. But it's not because of the weather conditions, because you can see behind me that now the weather is much better. There is no rain. It's quite kind of clear. But the streams are extremely strong underwater. So they need to recover the boat, recover the bodies without having a danger for the divers. So it's a really good question now. For example, one of the corpse, what they found underwater here in Budapest behind me, it was found by the Hungarian divers. It was signed by the Hungarian divers, but the Koreans were actually the ones who lifted it to the surface. So now actually we need to wait. That's the best what we can do, but I can promise that also the Korean and also the Hungarian authorities making an extremely good job and helping as fast and as much as they can.
So we can see that Hungarian divers are also doing their best. And Zoltan, we saw hundreds of Hungarians gather near the Margaret Bridge right behind you, singing the Korean folk song Arirang to mourn the loss of the South Korean victims. It was a heartbreaking as well as heartwarming to witness that. Let's hope for the best from here on out. Zoltan SIPOSHEGYI live from Budapest for us tonight. Thank you.
Thank you very much.